When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things you took from me, I know that I am so much better. When I look at what I've done.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Big Girl Panties, the podcast committed to sisterhood and empowerment. I'm Sakina, your confidence coach, here to tell you why you should put on your big girl panties and not take them off for anyone less than a king. But what if you don't know how to find a king? Well, this episode will definitely come in handy. I'm going to try my best to give you ladies some strategies and instill the motivation in you to put yourself out there more, because the times have changed and so has the dating scene, and therefore so should you. So I decided to take on this topic this week because if I meet one more queen who's attractive, self-sufficient, kind, ambitious, educated, single, ready to mingle, and eventually find love, but are frustrated and lonely instead, I am going to snap. So something's got to give. I mean, women are becoming jaded, or they're already jaded, because they're left with failed relationships that have taken a toll on their once vibrant spirit. And that's just not okay, because they're just trying to live their best life and find a compatible, suitable mate. They're not asking for too much. So if this resonates with you, stay tuned, because I'm going to break down the psychology of this phenomenon and offer suggestions to help you increase your pool of compatible prospects, because we were not put on this God's green earth to go through life alone forever. I mean, even animals need connection and affection. So for humans, healthy and loving relationships are a key component to living our best lives. Now, speaking of kings, everyone who knows me knows that I'm obsessed with my favorite president, Barack Hussein Obama. He's smart, he's strong, he's intelligent, and he's not in the least bit insecure or threatened by a strong, smart, intelligent woman. Now let me clarify. I'm not saying that a man has to mirror Barack Obama to a T. I mean, Barack Obama has an Ivy League education. He was the most powerful man in the world, president of the United States. He has millions of dollars in the bank. I mean, come on, like Barack Obama is like the eighth wonder of the world, and men like him are not just like falling from the sky. Oprah is not giving them out on her show like, you get a Barack and you get a Barack. Everybody gets a Barack. Like, that would be sweet, but no. Okay, and truthfully, a lot of women are not even looking for all of that. I'm talking about the slew of men out there that have Obama-like characteristics. So what are those Obama-like characteristics? A strong, confident, ambitious, and ethical man who's not scared off or threatened by a strong, confident, ethical, and ambitious woman. So the issue with these single and frustrated women that I talked about face is that they're catching hell in the dating scene trying to find a man with Obama-like characteristics. So they either A, resign to being single, B, becoming a side chick, or C, completely settling, compromising themselves by suppressing their needs and dumbing themselves down, all in the vein of stroking their insecure man's ego, just so they can say, well, at least I have a man. And I'm like, yeah, you have a man, but do you have a good man? Are you happy? Does he bring out the best in you or the worst? And I can speak from personal experience and countless other women's testimonies. And I promise you, that facade of playing small will only last for so long, because the foundation of that relationship was not built from a place of authenticity. And that type of woman will slowly but surely lose herself within that relationship, and that dynamic will eat away at her self-esteem, if she had any self-esteem to begin with. And to me, self-esteem is priceless. And to lose your self-esteem is too high a price to pay just so that you can live under the same roof with someone with a penis. Like, is it really that serious? The longer you fake the funk and suppress yourself to appease to an insecure man, the more insecure you'll become. Like, is it worth it? So riddle me this. How can you truly live your best life if you're not cultivating authenticity and merely coexisting in an oppressive situationship? Because let's face it, you are not in a relationship. A relationship is when both people's needs are being met. And if that's all you want, baby girl, then you don't want much. So I'm apparently speaking to the queens that truly want to live their best lives. Okay, so back to Barack and Barack-like qualities, all right? There's this date night story that Michelle Obama told years ago, and to this day still gives me absolute life. Okay, so Michelle and Barack are at a restaurant having dinner, and a man recognizes Michelle. He approaches her. Secret Service stops him right away. Michelle was like, "No, I know him. I'll talk to him. It's okay." So she goes over and have a brief conversation. She comes back to the table, and Barack is like, "So who is that?" And Michelle was like, "Oh my goodness, you won't believe. I dated him many years ago, and he just wanted to congratulate me and tell me how proud of me that he was." So Barack, as you know, he's feeling a little cocky. So he's just telling Michelle, he's like, well, if you would have married that guy, then you would have been part owner of this restaurant that we're eating at. And Michelle looked at Barack square in the eyes and was like, "No, if I would have married him, he would have been president." Hail to the queen, Michelle. Hail to the queen. I was like, yes, that is how a queen serves up a read. That is exactly how a queen serves a read. So how do you strong, educated, and attractive Michelle-like queens find you a king with Barack-like qualities? Well, you have to first embrace the fact that the dating scene has changed and you no longer have the luxury of sitting idly by, taking a traditional passive role, waiting for this amazing miracle man to just fall from the sky. You have to take a proactive approach versus a reactive approach in order to find your king.
When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things you took from me, I know that I am so much better, better. When I look at what I've done, now that we're apart. When I think about the way we used to be, when I think